good morning everyone. I am your reporter for today. I am Julia Ayaguca. So our topic for today is determining the nature of feedback. So when we say determining the nature of feedback, it means that figuring out the best way to give feedback with someone, or it's either a student, employee, or it can be your teammate. But for us as a future educator, our role, our role here is to helping students to grow in math by giving feedback, which is that is clear, timely, and effective. So to do that, we have we consider 5 things, which are the we have 5, which are the amount, timing, mode, audience, and type of task. So I want you to share your ideas, or kung ano ba yung sa amount, timing, mode, audience, ano ba yung ibig sabihin kapag nagsasabi ka amount of feedback. Ano ba yung dapat? Like kapag amount of mag-give ka ng feedback about sa amount, timing, mode, bakit yun sabi na. So, isa lang sa bawat isa. So, I give 1 minute to so, ikaw sa Miss Cacho sa amount, and Miss Mandela sa timing. Sa mode naman is si Norpion. Sa audience is si Gizra. And sa type of task is si Jihara. Yes. So I think that's enough. So Miss Cacho, can you share your ideas about sa amount?
So, my understanding sa amount is, sabi ni Kaya kanina is, di ba may detail, may konti na na feedback, at may mga box na, may detail, and may written down na nila sa elaboration yung mahaba. So, sa amount is nakadepende sa sagot ng students kung gaano kahaba yung sagot mo, i-feedback mo sa answer niya or feedback mo sa students, and then it depends. Pero sa amount is dapat hindi general yung magiging feedback mo sa students, dapat specific siya sa list ng sagot ng students.
Okay. So ang sabi mo is yung sa amount is dapat specific lang. Like hindi siya kailangan na i-address lahat na yung mga problems. So, let's move on to the timing, Miss Anaya.
So, in my perspective, timing
Can
feedback,
you
is that after mag-gather ng teacher, yung feedback na is dapat timing in a way na, for example, yung answer ng students is mali. So, para hindi siya makapil ng condemnation ba, timing yung mga i-feedback na would like, hindi niya agad sabihin na mali ka, na makapil hurt, na ma-hurt yung student ba. So i-timing niya in a way na tanongin niya muna paano kinuha yung answer na nag-lead into a wrong answer ba. So,
okay, so that's actually right. The timing is, it talks about that you need to, before you give feedback, you need to know, you need to bigyan ko ng time yung students muna na mag-process, hindi yung mag-feedback agad, like yung nakita mo lang na yung nagsosolve yung students mo, then tapos nakita mo mali, magsabi ka agad na mali, tapos sabihan mo na, so ganitong formula yung susundin mo. So, hindi na madidate yung thinking ng students mo. So, let's proceed to the mode.
So, I think for my understanding mode is like, parang siyang formative. Like, kunwari, nag-ask yung teacher tapos nasagot yung student and parang malayo doon yung sagot ng student. So, yung teacher parang magawa siya ng question na para mas maglapit yung sagot, magiging sagot ng student sa
So, we talk about the feedback of the teacher hindi sa like yung mode of feedback ng teacher sa student. What do you mean by that?
So, yan yung ano po. Yan siya yung the way paano mag-feedback yung
We'll see if yung answer mo later sa scenario. Let's move on with the audience. Can you louder your voice?
Para sa akin dun sa audience,
Louder, please. Kaya hindi lang bukas.
sa audiences, I think nakadepende kung sino yung kausap mo. Halimbawa, dito sa classroom, teacher and students. So, like, mag-give ng feedback ang students and teacher. Like, pwede na, like, madaming
Ay, so sabi mo sa student, we talk about this audience feedback, like may mag-give ng feedback yung teacher sa student. Like,
mag-give yung teacher ng feedback sa mga students.
okay. So, i-clarify ko lang, yung sa audience is, yung teacher is nag-give ng feedback, feedback. Kunyari na lang is naglalason siya, and naglalason siya. Tapos, yung, syempre, lahat ng student is nakikinig. So, nagtanong siya if meron pa bang misconception or something, pero yung focus niya lang is yung sa harapan niya, which is not right. Because dapat yung kailangan niyang ang audience niya is as a whole. So, the teacher need to engage all of her students, not hindi yung nasa harapan lang. So, let's move on with the type of class.
ang type of class natin sa feedback, like ang teacher ng feedback is a type of task kung mahirap ba yung task na ginawa ng student or madali task yung feedback na nalisto sa task ng student.
Can we give an example?
Halimbawa, ang task lang ng student is ganito sa ginagawa mo ng sagot-sagot ng ano ang idea nila. Tapos yung feedback ng teacher is na-base lang dun sa kung ano ang naintindihan ng student. Tapos kapag ang task naman ng student is kung kailangan talaga formal na gumawa ng ganito. Tapos yung feedback ng teacher sa student is accurate din sa height ng task na ginawa.
So, I want to clarify lang yung sinabi mo na type of class. You focus on the type of class, but we are talking about yung feedback ng teacher mismo. So, when we say type of task, it can be yung feedback ba ng teacher is immediate ba dapat or it can be delayed. So, I have here a scenario. I want you to identify but first, please, all of you read the scenario.
During a quiz on simplified algebraic expressions, Miss Castro returns Anna's paper with this note. Good work, but you need to review combining like terms, distributive property, negative signs, exponents, and
notice about the scenario? So, Miss Rochelle, what did you notice about this scenario?
Si Miss Castro is nagbigay siya ng feedback sa student, which is, ano siya, like, gaya ng, yan ay, gaya ng sinagot ni Miss Mandela Pina, which is yung sa timing. Timing siya na, in a way na may mali siya, pero hindi siya nag-feedback agad na, parang, ay, nagbigay siya ng advice sa students para sa next na gawin or, yeah, para mas ma-improve pa. Tapos, yung student is parang, parang, gitake na yun as, hindi siya,
Na-overwhelm yung students.
na-overwhelm siya.
So, I want you, sabi mo sa timing, di ba? I want you to focus on the feedback ng teacher. Anong napansin mo dyan sa feedback ng teacher? Do you think yung feedback ng teacher is specific or yung ano talaga? Like, yes. Like, ano yung mapansin mo sa feedback ng teacher? Okay, balikan kita. Yes.
Ang sagot natin is, I think na-validate niya yung amount. Kasi hindi siya naka-specific na feedback, hindi niya specific kung ano yung i-review ng student. Marami siyang bibigay na review, like hindi na niya alam kung ano yung uunahin niya sa like terms, distributive property. Dapat i-specific niya yung dapat i-review ni Ana.
Yes, that's right. When we talk the amount, is dapat yung sa, dito, yung dapat, yung nakalagay na dito is yung good work, but you need to review, yung, yung dapat dito, yung feedback niya is specific lang. Kasi yung feedback niya dito is marami So, hindi na alam ni Ana kung ano yung tama at mali, or ano yung una niyang i-fix. So, Miss Panegas, I have, yes. Why do you think Ana feels overwhelmed?
Kasi si Ana hindi na niya alam kung ano yung uunahin niya kasi marami siyang bibigay ng feedback. Kaya alam kung saan siya mag-feedback.
Dahil nga yung teacher is yung sa madaming feedback na sinabi niya, like even yung handwriting na i-call out niya pa, which is hindi naman align sa objectives niya. So, yeah. So, here is the definition of which the amount, which is determining the nature of feedback. It should be specific and clear. Feedback is better than general comments. Teacher should focus on the most important errors, just like what you have said kanina, na dapat hindi siya So, another one. Let's see. Mr. Subekan, please read the scenario.
The class is solving a problem about planning charts for graduation. Each row needs the same number of chairs, and students must calculate how many rows are needed. Miguel sets up the calculation in work. He says that answer is 15 rows, and it should be 12. Miss Castro hears him back and says that's interesting, but I think it's very time. Let's check the answer tomorrow.
So, what do you think yung na-evaluate siya?
timing.
Yes, why? What is your basis?
Sa, I think it's timing because the sentence there, he says the answer is 15 rows when it should be 12. So,
Wait lang.
there's a feedback pa ng teacher that that's interesting but I think it's already time.
Wait lang. Wait lang. Hindi. So this is the ito yung talagang scenario. Sorry for the technical conflict. So during math class, the students are asked to solve a challenging word problem about dividing land into equal plots. Miguel starts trying different approaches, writing down equations and testing possible solutions. Before he finishes, Miss Castro quickly steps in and says, "No, that's not the right formula. Use this one instead." What do you think ang na-violate ng scenario?
Yung pagsabi ng or feedback diretso ng teacher or Miss Castro ng no, that's not the right formula. So use this one step. So yun yung
Which is?
timing.
Yes. So, yes, that's actually right. So, dapat, dito, yung sinabi ko kanina na yung sa timing, na dapat yung teacher is, dapat hindi siya, like, mag-feedback lang na kasi nakita niyang mali without her student na hindi pa na-process ng student talaga or na-apply yung thinking nila sa pag-solve ng problem. So, this is the right or appropriate example of this idea. Please read everyone.
During math class, the students are asked to solve a challenging word problem about dividing land into equal parts. Miguel starts trying different approaches, writing down equations and testing possible solutions. Miss Castro notices his method isn't correct but allows him to finish. After Miguel explains his reasoning, she asks, "That's a good start. Now, if the total land is 180 square meters and each plot is 15, what operation should we use to find the number of plots?"
So, with this scenario, Miguel gets to explore or reflect on his mistake and correct his understanding with guidance, making the feedback more meaningful. Ay, sa nung i-compare natin yung feedback kanina na nagsabi si Ma'am Castro na mali yan, so ito dapat yung gamitin ng formula. So, doon pa lang is si Miguel is parang nawalan siya ng opportunity para mag-explore and reflect on his own mistake. So, here is when we say timing, it talks about when the teacher should give feedback. Feedback works best when given right away, especially for a simple task and struggling students. But I have a question here. Sabi dito, ang feedback daw is mag-work siya if immediate yung feedback. So, my question is, when is immediate feedback becomes an effective? Kailan ba yung immediate feedback niya naging effective? Can you explain or give some example? Miss Pla? When is immediate feedback becomes an effective? Like, can you, pwede kang explain mo or give scenario? And effective. Kasi sabi dito if, feedback works best when given right away. So,
I think ineffective ang magbigay agad.
kailan siya magiging effective? Kasi sabi, di ba? Sabi dito sa timing, feedback works best when given right away. Kailan siya maging ineffective?
Effective siguro is wala siya sa timing na hindi pa tapos magbigay. Sabi mo kanina sa timing. Kasi pag hindi mo binigyan ng time yung students mag-formulate ng sarili niyang sagot tapos magbigay ka ng feedback agad, then it will be ineffective. Kaya parang kulang pa yung nabigay ng student. Sabi mo sana siya, pero na-cut off mo ba yung giving agad ng feedback based din sa unang yung sagot. So it will be ineffective.
Yes, that's absolutely right. So, the immediate feedback becomes ineffective when it interrupts the learner's thinking process. Parehas lang itong example kanina na in-interrupt ni Ms. Castro si Miguel na sa pagsagot which is inappropriate. So, how about this one? Miss Mona, can you read this scenario and can you identify if saan siya nabilong or anong tawag dyan? Nature of feedback ba yung na-emphasize?
During a quiz on solving equations, Leo makes repeated mistakes with negative numbers. Instead of giving clear guidance, Ms. Castro just writes on his paper, "Wrong. Review again." I think it's a no.
Ano yung na-violate niya dito? Like, focus ka sa feedback. Feedback lang ni Ms. Castro. Ano siya mode? What mode? What is your basis? Bakit mo nasabi na mode?
Kasi since si Leo is paulit-ulit siya nagkaka-mistake, so paulit-ulit din yung feedback ng teacher na mag-video again.
Okay. So, please sit down. So, I think, so ako na lang mag-explain. I want to clarify what Ms. Mona said. So, sabi ko, mag-focus lang sa feedback ni Ms. Castro. So, yung feedback ba ni Ms. Castro, do you think it is verification or elaboration? Verification. Yes, that's verification. Because that example is, it leads to, tawag dyan, vague or unhelpful because sabi niya lang wrong, review again. Hindi niya sinabing bakit or hindi niya sinabi kung saan, ano ba dapat ang i-improve or saan ba nagkamali si Leo. So this one is the appropriate example of both. So by that scenario, by combining clear written, oral, and demonstration feedback, Leo understands his mistake and knows how to correct it. So this is the definition of the mode. Mode talks about how should you give feedback. It can be oral feedback, quick and useful during class, or written feedback, short notes or comments on assignments. And it can be demonstration, showing students how to do something correctly. So let's proceed with this scenario. During a math activity on fractions, many students struggle with finding a common denominator. Instead of pausing the lesson to address everyone, Ms. Castro quietly explained the correct steps only to a small group of students sitting near her who happened to ask for help. So what do you think yung na-violate dito ng nature of feedbacking?
Oh, yes.
Bakit, audience, Miss Mayola?
Kasi since na i-discuss niya sa lahat ng klase, is doon na siya nag-focus sa specific.
Yes. Just like yung sinabi kong example kanina na yung teacher is, I have an example. So, yung teacher is, meron ba kayong teacher na yung na-emphasize dito yung audience? Like, nagtuturo siya pero ibang audience, parang maling audience yung ay parang wala siyang yung teacher na nagsusulat, then yung parang blackboard lang yung audience, yung kinakausap niya, hindi yung students. Yes. That's violate the audience nature of feedback. So when we say audience, it talks about who is the feedback for. So as a teacher, alam naman natin na yung feedback talaga is dapat para sa mga estudyante natin. So dapat, as a teacher, dapat we all, dapat as a teacher, we need to engage our students with our discussions. So feedback can be given to one student, a small group, or the whole class. Individual feedback is more personal, while the group feedback is good if many students have the same mistake. So individual leads to personal and specific. Group, vision, and shared learning.
Direction na tayo sa discussion.
So when we say type of task, dito naman is it talks about what kind of work are you giving feedback on. Like katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, when kapag yung discussion mo is about math, so yung feedback mo talaga is immediate. So that your feedback can help students to improve their work. And for the essay naman, we all know that yung sa essay, yung kailangan talaga ng time. So, talagang yung feedback is madi-delay. But, yung type of delay, pero yung feedback mo, it should be detailed. So, we have, let's now proceed to feedback for different students. So, we have here the low ability students and high ability students, grade level, and subject.
Cut na natin kasi kaya na meron na sa class. That one, ano ba ang maganda? You probably just provide the material. Anyway, nagbigay na ako ng link.
Yes.
I-send you na lang doon and then you ask questions online na lang. Yung basic questions lang. Para ma-check yung understanding nila doon sa marami-rami pa kasi ito ba. Alright? So, just create like questions na appropriate sequence yung difficulty level. And then you call individuals that you did not call yet. May mga favorite students pa rin talaga kayo. Yun yung ano lang natin ha. Ang isang bagay na gusto kong i-emphasize para sa mga susunod na teachers natin, if there are complex scenarios, ano nga, di ba, ang gagawin natin? Napansin ko kasi na violate yung involving all students. Maraming beses na violate. So gusto kong i-emphasize yun ha. Alam naman natin, no? Instead of asking someone to read and then asking the same person to answer, ano ang mas magandang strategy pa sa mga scenario-based?
Iba yung basa, iba.
O aware ka man na. Alright. So sa mga nasa reflections. Okay. I have some other comments, pero yun na ang gusto ko i-emphasize para sa mga susunod na magtuturo ka. Alright. So think of another strategy to make para ma-apply yan na strategy. Alright. Sige, let's give a hand to our teachers today.